quick little tip on our upper half throws with this one. Really feel like the chest is delivering the throw before that arm. So it's not just like kind of staying back here. We're following through with that head and chest, a little bit of a hinge forward, fall forward with that upper half. Nice and loose, he keeps breathing. One of the big things for all players, whether you're hitting or you're throwing, is on the throw, at the end of the throw, getting that exhale at release, and then as hitters, getting that exhale at contact. Really activates the muscles in the deep core and helps to really stabilize and give a little more power output into the throw as well. We'll see it with tennis players a lot. You hear every, there's a reason they do that, and it's not just to sound funny. We'll go up here, back foot straight, front toe open, and it's the same kind of rock and back. So feel that weight shift, same figure eight that you're doing into your. Yep, open that. For this one, you're having that front toe pointed.
And you want me to lift up or same?
Both. So just kind of a progression with it. We can be just like upper half only, staying back, kind of rotating on that back toe, and then we can have it to where we finish and we'll pause. Hayden's we went through too much warm-up stuff. He's feeling too good. These throws are firm. I'd really like for you guys to take your time with it, have that little bit of lob on it, work on your feel, work on your rhythm and your timing on this, especially when you're this close to a guy. One of the things I hated the most, there was this guy, his name was Alex Viola, he was our second baseman in high school, and had to be my catch partner. And we're like 40, 50 feet away, and this dude's just throwing seeds, and I'm just wanting to strangle him. I'm like, dude, I'm right here, you don't have to throw it that hard. Did a great job on that one. Notice that back hip turns, this knee rotates in before the upper half does any part of the throw. The lower half starts that throw. So we're playing with both his back leg staying down, just rotating, and then we can have some where he goes, rotates, follows throughs, and finishes there. Good. And then we can go same setup, just having that front foot kind of straighten up a little bit more like your back foot is. So don't have to have that fully open. We can just kind of be more wider rocker here and let that rotate through. Just playing with those different positions. So there's a couple ways with this one we can play with things. He's kind of going more low right here and just staying with this. Like we were doing with our figure eights for the upper half, we can go with it here. And part of that is capturing that downward movement up into the throw. So it's not just rotational, we're getting up and down and flowing right into your arm path. Nice. All right, so this one we're gonna play with some step through, kind of step behind throw. So we've got a couple variations. We've got stepping through with this right. We're right-handed, so we're stepping through here into the throw, and then we've got the step behinds, crossing back, staying low as you go back here. You don't have to over-exaggerate, be a big step. Step here, find your timing into that throw.
You go step through first.
Good. Really watching front knee, front leg on this one as he's at release and following through. Just kind of that lead leg blocking or being able to stabilize and kind of pull yourself over that front side. Something we worked on a lot with Hayden last spring was when he was finishing and throwing, he had this bent knee after follow through, and then he's coming up out of it, which he missed high a lot. So being able to time that up to where this is kind of happening at the same time. One of the other things with these drills, you hear a lot of guys talk about their arm path and their rhythm and their timing. That stuff's important, but one of the things that doesn't always translate well for guys, like, man, I do well in practice or my flat grounds and stuff, but it doesn't translate to the game. is we don't get on the mound enough and do this stuff. So taking these same drills after you've gone through a warm-up routine and get down that slope and feel yourself getting down and finding your rhythm and timing off of that. Arm slot, everything, release point, all changes from flat ground to the slope. And this is a great one to be able to do dry reps. Now, when I say dry reps, I'm talking more slow and not no ball, just throwing a ball, like you're throwing high arm speed without releasing something. That's not as safe. It's like dry releasing a bow. If you don't shoot an arrow and you shoot it, you're gonna break the bow. So we don't wanna do that with the arm, but being able to go through these and slow it down, different feels, different arm pass, towel drill with some of that stuff is a good one as well. Let's do our pitcher scroll hop. So we've got into this one. Yep.
So you want me to come up off the leg lift and then?
Yeah, so here's the thing with these kind of pitcher crow hop variations. There's a couple different ways we can do this, and this is one where we're typically going to do when we're farther out into kind of our long toss route past 90 or 120 feet. So we've got one where we're kind of up, and it brings you up into that skip into your throw, and then we've got kind of here, and you're generating from there, and then we've got up, down with that back leg. So kind of 3 different variations we can play with on this one. So with this one, when we're doing from static like this, it really helps to get an extra little bit of leg lift up with this one, so not letting that keep too low and staying here. Really get up with it, get into that hop, find your timing. Nice. Feel a little more of a like a sweep or kick up into it. Yeah, really gather that momentum, feel that momentum, and take that into your throw, into your down movement from there. Nice. Yeah. And then that one for you, just that front leg action, getting that pull back of that knee, just a little sooner there. But again, when you're working on a lot of this back leg stuff,
you forget your
front leg. Yeah, exactly.
And then you said
we've got back leg, and then it's up into that. Yeah. Yep, there you go. This one's definitely a timing thing, getting your feel for it down, playing with it. Nice.
How much of the back leg are you supposed to feel? So like, I'm coming up and then I'm kind of like off the, it's like, does my back foot need to be like completely stable?
Show me where in the throw you're talking about.
Like on the hop, like I feel like I'm, like on the second hop, it's just kind of going.
Okay, so
Like-
maybe not as balanced in it.
Should I land more connected?
When you say lane connected, explain that a little bit for me.
Like, my back foot feels like stable on the ground. So like, and everything feels like a lot better, but it's mainly with like the back foot. Like,
With this
Yes,
last
sir.
one where you're starting here and going into that versus the 2 we did before, or for all of these 3?
all of them pretty much, like just on the hop, and then I'm just not on my, like the edge of my front foot, and my back foot.
Yeah, so if you feel like you're getting too into that big toe side when you're landing, just maybe feel a bit of this heel and kind of tripod out of the
Yeah,
foot.
feel a bit more back.
Yeah, but I mean, one, how much of like these 3 in particular have you done?
Yeah,
Not a lot as well. So now you're just now getting into that. What does it feel like to be stabilized and connected in there? So just more reps and getting that feeling of, oh, am I into the heel more? Am I in the big toe more? Am I into that pinky side more? Like, where is your balance when you feel that connection? Makes sense? Look good, for sure.
Yeah, that all felt a lot better.
How so?
Like I said, I felt like more connected with my back foot. Like my back foot was more stable whenever I landed.
So definitely want to, when you check these videos out later, go back to like the first few, and then these next few from here, what do you see difference-wise? All right, so let's go into a similar move where we're going, we've got here, here, and then throw. So it's first back leg sweeps through into plant, and then you're sweeping up into that almost like you were talking about Chapman move. You're getting into that and then going out of it from there. Just kind of exaggerate a little bit bigger step back as that back leg sweeps back. Yeah, really feel that good weight transfer. You may need to start with a lesser move to get your connection and balance, and then you can work to a little bit bigger step back. Nice. Yeah. This one's easy to pick up if you've got rhythm and timing. If you're a dancer, woo, he's letting it eat. Oh.
I actually do take dance.
Good. This is definitely a good one for you to take up on the mound and feel that slope.
Yeah.
Especially getting into that front leg and bracing and timing at your release. Play with a few different kind of athletic throws, variety throws. So spin move throw facing this way with a quick little throw to that. Yep, tight spin, staying low in the legs. Nice. So big thing with this one is going to be your direction, because when you spin like that, it's going to take you in a different direction than where you were set up. Hayden's been doing a good job of it. A lot of times I'll see guys who aren't able to keep a tight enough turn, and when they go, they're more set up to throw this way, or they're still trying to spin back around to get in line. So tight turn, staying low. Great footwork here is going to be very important to the success, or really the location, your command of the throw. And a great thing you can do for this, depending on where you're at, if you want to set some cones up to give you a good line, or maybe you're on the infield and you can just drag a spot. Maybe you're on the turf like this and you can do that, and you can see where you're starting from with this. So you probably can't see it in this video, but where I would have with this line that we just drew, his heels would be on this side of the line, so he's not like whole foot standing on the middle of it. That way it's tight turn, and that's your direction, that's your line of where you want to throw to. So another thing we can do to kind of next level this or play with this is a few taps here, and then tight turn and throw out of that. Just playing with 2 tap, play with a 3 tap, play with a 4 tap. And it can also be with the feet, right? We can go here, and then it's a tight turn into the throw. Just a lot of different ways to play with this one. Yep, keeping that head still. Easy
Yeah,
to try
I
to
felt it.
let
Yeah.
it loose. Yeah, good.
Now that you say it, I felt it.
Yeah, that's huge. Nice. Good. Next one we'll do is going to be in the same. We're down like we're fielding here and into it. So as a straight on angle, I would be throwing behind. I'm here. It's like I fielded it. I'm funneling it into center of chest, and then turn it into the throw. So it's starting the same way.
Same way.
I was just turning that way for the camera. Yep, good. And you can play with different slots. So your arm slot naturally is going to be determined by your shoulder plane. So for guys who are over the top, you can't throw over the top like this safely. You're going to hurt your arm, okay? And guys who turn and rotate more east and west are going to have a lower kind of 3/4 slot. So when you're really playing with this one, we can have somewhere we're lower with that arm slot working low, different angles, and playing with it, especially for infielders, is a really good one.
Line drive, Crawford dives, he's got it. He'll go to second, double play.
Cool, so let's do one where we're gonna have back turn to the target. So I'm gonna face this way just to quickly show you here. It's a step back into the throw. Okay, so from this angle, he's gonna be facing here, throwing here. Yep, and with his, so Hayden obviously right hand, he's gonna step back with that right foot, turn, and go. The other one with this is, again, the direction piece. A lot of times when guys step back, they'll either step close and they're fighting against themselves, or it's the opposite where they're over rotating, opening up too much, and they're either out here, the arms dragging behind, they miss high arm side, or they're pulling it off too much glove side. This one is amazing for pitchers, getting up onto the mound and working down the mound, feeling that slope. So you would start up on the flat and then go down. You got to get down the mound with that first step, not just staying up on the flat part of the mound. Get down with that first step and turn. Find that slide, find that back leg action getting down the mound. Nice. And Hayden's doing a great job on this one. One thing I can already tell is a compensation or things guys are gonna do is this front leg, it's gonna be easy to kind of want to rush and open with this. You really gotta feel this leg getting back first before you go with that front side. Nice. And one of the other things, again, Hayden's doing a great job of this. We've had time to work on this kind of stuff. Is when he turns, he's really trying to keep that back shoulder closed long and letting that hip, the lower half go, and let that throw the shoulders through that rotation of the spine. Next one we'll do is going to be kind of our skater hop throws. Getting side to side with this, we'll face basically normal direction. You can do this one with the turn as well, like we were doing on the other throws, but back to back, side to side, and then play with your taps back and forth, and then find that timing into your load, into your throw. Good. So with this one, sometimes guys just like stay here and they just like lift up. Hayden's doing good on this, but sometimes guys will just like lift like this. We got to get going side to side a little bit more. You don't want to do like a true skater hop in the gym where you're getting over into it like that, but get some little bit of distance side to side, feel your weight transfer, feel that good balance and hold. Good. For these last few here, we're going to work out of infield position, so we're going to be low into that backhand position, and straight from here, he's going to come up, tap into that 1-2. So that's a great starting point for a lot of guys. And with this one of the things that guys will struggle with, one is either not getting the footwork set up right. So we're either going to be one of two ways, where we're here like this, where this front foot is back, or we'll have it where that front foot's there. But one of the things I see a lot is guys come up before they get going forward. So you've got to stay down in it, separate, hold here. This is a great one. Where's my direction? I got a little off right there. I want to pull that back before I go into that throw. So you can break this one down into these pieces of it, starting here, up, and then going into your throw where you're just full transition drill.
It'll be Crawford with the
Once. The only guy on that side of the infield is Crawford. Here's the long hurry throw. Just
Ball and glove, or
Yeah, so yeah, just like that, ball and glove. Like you've already fielded it, take the field out of it, and go. Similar setup, now we're working off the forehand position. So normally with this one, we're probably gonna be here. You're not normally gonna field forehand with this foot here unless you kind of get caught in between as a fielder. But he's gonna start down in that same position right here. And we've got both this turn in move here, and then we've got the tight spin, getting yourself going back around to where you're at. So the tight spin one's probably more where a ball has got you kind of going out towards the outfielder way from your throw, versus one you can kind of get behind and get through. So play with both of these positions here.
And he's coming from a weird angle.
great diving stop by Brandon Crawford.
so you want, like, is it multiple shuffles or just coming out?
Just one. So that one I would say probably a little two around, but yeah, I mean, this first time you're just going through it, getting your feels. So the first throw there, great example of one where guys, their direction gets off and they get too wide this way. Hayden did a great job on his adjustment, getting the line back up with his throw. A lot of times, even if you get off, right, this is one of the things as a hitter, especially, is if you get off balance, you get off as a read, you don't see the pitch as well, you've still got to be able to react and hit, right? So as a thrower here in this drill, even if your direction gets off, maybe your footwork's not there, you've got to be able to make up for it with a good arm action, with a good throw, to give yourself a strike to get the out.
Kicked it right to Crawford and allowed him to get to the ball. And what a play by Crawford to know to go to second.
Good, so last last couple of throws there for Hayden. I won't say this is one as a lot of infielders need to really focus on, but if you're a guy who typically sails your throws high as an infielder throwing across, a couple of those for Hayden is that front leg action. He's here and he's working up after the throw. So getting that lead leg block a little bit more of a pull over that front side, getting that knee pop back a little bit can help guys to get on top of that ball and throw strikes if you're a guy who likes to air it out over your first baseman.
You don't know what it's going to do, and watch him come in, play it back, and just snag it on the bare hand.
There it is, nice. So let's do the kind of one that's taking you off spin, back in, off the forehand.
From this one?
Yep. Good.
That looked like a sure base hit, and Brandon.
All right, last one we're going to roll through skater hop, but we're going to pair that with our step back move. So facing here, step back into your throw. Yep, you got it. Nice. You're all right.
Yeah, it's kind of working towards you on that one. Because like after I did this, I was like,
Yeah. Hey, it doesn't matter that you did it wrong. What's more impressive is you felt it and you're able to make that adjustment.
oh yeah.
You're good. We've gone through a lot of them, so now you're maybe overthinking from some of the other drills, huh? Nice. Good. One more. Oh, here, how about I give you a better ball for one more? Good. So, very last drill we'll do today is going to be our toss catch, just working our arm path. So, I like for guys to kind of start up here with this one, and they're going to toss up and catch with the palm down so they go into this. You're not going to catch up here and go into it with your palm up like that. So this one will be a self-toss move. Again, starting with that front leg up. And then go. It's all one move. All right. Yep, so first time doing this one, pretty common to see that. Just a little too high of a toss, and the farther away it gets, the harder it's going to be. So it's really just like boom, boom, right there. Light little toss, a couple inches up, right into it. Yeah.